We are live.
What's going on, everyone? Woo-hoo. What a week. What a week for America, guys. Whoa. I need a weekend just to recover from what happened this week. Like, it was an insane week.
It's been crazy. But next week, since the paper shredders can only work so fast, they put off the vote on Kash Patel next week because, they got to make sure that they cover their bases. But holy
That's
shit.
Probably smart. It's probably smart. Dude. I mean, it's been a rough week. It's been a rough week for those people, man. It's been terrible. Like, I mean, they're flailing and they're just trying to prevent the exposing of government corruptions that we've never seen. I never imagined it was this bad. I knew it was bad, but I never imagined it would be this insane. Like, this is stuff. And the stuff, and people are literally, I've seen so many people like, I'm not paying my taxes. Because, I mean, I was paying taxes and look where they were sending it. Like, I didn't want this to happen. They literally used our tax dollars to fund things that we are fundamentally against as a country.
Yes, they did. And think about it this way. Like, here's these, like, they knew. Like, it's not like these people did not know. Somebody fucking knew, right? So we're just going further and further and further into debt, like indebting we the people. And these people are all enriching themselves and spending money like it's fucking crazy. $600 million in sushi, which the real shit, dude, the real shit is going to come out because there's no way we joke about it all the time. Me and you joked about it yesterday, but they didn't spend $600 million on sushi. That money went to someplace else, And when we find out where that money went to someplace else, it's going to be even fucking worse. I think it really is. Yeah. It's going to be even fucking worse.
Yep, it's going to be crazy, man. I mean, it's going to be nuts. The thing I'm really looking at is the money that was just spent on crazy shit. Like, they have these nonprofits, and the CEOs and the people in the company are getting paid $700,000 a year. And and they're getting funding from the government to overpay themselves these exorbitant salaries. And from what I can tell, they really didn't work at all. It was just a slush fund. So basically, I think Cernovich I keep referencing him. He's been on fire. He's been really going on the USAID thing, but the USAID thing. But you have people who are struggling to pay for groceries, funding people who aren't working and are just spending their lives going to lavish parties, living in huge houses, driving fancy cars. Yep. Can somebody tell me why any of us, we should have we should have no taxes. We should have, in fact, the government should be paying us for the next 20 years. That's how it should be. The government should give us a refund without paying anything. They should give us like a $20,000 a year refund. If I told you guys what I pay a year in taxes, you would break your computer. And I just feel pissed. I am so fucking mad. I mean, on one hand, it's mixed emotions. I'm really happy that we're finding this out. On the other hand, anybody who speaks out against U.S. aid and what Elon is doing to actually find this corruption, there are words that can express what I want to do to these people, but we are about 7 days away from getting our strike removed. So I'm going to just keep that to myself. I can't understand how anybody like, well, they don't have security clearance. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Well, what if Soros did it? If George Soros came in and said, I'm going to go expose everything bad in the government or where all your money's going, tell them you're going to transgender musicals in Beirut, I'll be like, Soros, yes, let's go. That's just me and you. That's just me and you. And not you, but them. Is that I don't care who gets it done. I wanted Biden to succeed, guys. I literally lost thousands of followers for saying, I hope Biden crushes it. I am very optimistic about this administration. Then people, rightfully so, told me I was an idiot.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I think it was in the wording. Because I want every president to succeed, like completely. Like, you're a fucking idiot. You're anti-American if you don't, right? But in reality, like I just saw him as I mean, I had worked around demented people so long. I was like, this guy, he, at the very least, I knew he was not going to be in charge. Like, I mean, he's,
Yeah.
you could tell he was dull as a fucking, dull as a circle. Like there's no
Yeah.
sharpness to him at all.
If there's one fault I have, it's that I'm overly optimistic, and it's gotten me very far in life, but it's also got me literally bent over and rammed in the buttocks with blunt objects many, many times. Not literally, but I mean, I'm very trusting. I'm very trusting, and I'm very optimistic. So I always look at the glasses half full. So I'm like, again, like I was looking at the way Obama and Biden handled their potential pandemic, and I thought they did a great job. You know what they did? Nothing. They were like, all right, few people will die. That's unfortunate, but they were like, we don't want to mess up the economy because that's going to screw us up for generations of voters. I'm like,
by the way, that was MERS, by the way, Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome. And just so everybody knows, the IFR, the infection fatality rate of that was actually decently high. It was like in the like one point something
of children,
and it was killing children.
It wasn't killing. I'm going to again appropriate your line here. It wasn't killing those who do the dying. It was killing those who shouldn't die. And where COVID actually killed those who do the dying. And I don't say that with any malice or malintent.
No.
But basically elderly and obese. And those are the people who are those are the people who okay. I actually did a talk yesterday with Ovadia's people, right? Like I talk a lot about morbidity risk. And morbidity risk is essentially your chance of dying at any moment. So if I say the sauna, if I'm talking about the sauna, if I say, hey, using the sauna, according to Finnish studies, which are very well done, very high population studies, if you use the sauna for 4 days a week for 5 to 20 minutes per session, you cut your morbidity risk, according to this data, by about 40%. That doesn't mean that I'm going to live 40% longer. That means that at any given moment of the day, I am 40% less likely to die than had I not done the sauna. So simple things like that. I just want to so I look at morbidity. Morbidity is a huge word. So morbidity is everything. But when you look at an obese person, your morbidity risk for everything goes up due to inflammation, due to type 2 diabetes, heart disease, brain issues, cognitive function. Those are all things that are, and I'm not saying it's like, well, I knew a guy who was 800 pounds. They lived till they were 240 years old. There's always going to be outliers. But when you look at morbidity risk, you're looking at statistics. You're not looking at outliers.
Right.
Like, I know a guy who smoked till he was 99 and he chain smoked. It's like, okay, he's a lucky bastard. Imagine how long he would have lived if he didn't, how his quality of life would have been. Like, those are such straw mans. I'm like, dude, you can't just take a random outlier who has a genetic predisposition for a long life and say, oh, that means I can smoke 12 packs a day and be fine.
Right. Anecdotal data will never surpass statistical data unless the statistical data is biased or wrong, right? And that's why the thing.
That's what we do.
Yeah, and I think that was part of the biggest problem in the last maybe 6 years. And this isn't even in YouTube. Just to be careful, just to say, no, this isn't even a COVID thing. But I took a lot of heat at one point in time where I was like, why would I ever listen to a public health official or a doctor ever again? And people were like, oh my God, well, you're not a doctor, you're not this. Like, I'm sorry, but point to me where we're actually healthy. Like, point to me where we're curing anything. Like, for the last 6 years, I've been told, don't eat red meat. I'm going to die young. It's bad for me. I'm going to get fat. I'm going to die young. Meanwhile, red meat was how I lost weight. You know what I mean? Like, it's how I lost almost a fucking 100 pounds, right? All my fucking, I was sharing with Mark, I'm 2 months in on, TRT will kill you, right? I'm 2 months in on TRT. I was sharing with Mark, my fucking blood work is fucking amazing. Absolutely. Between that and then the nattokinase and stuff like that. But the doctors will tell you no, they don't want you on it. It's almost impossible, And the healthcare profession is just the data that they've used they've almost corrupted or they're not paying attention to. But when you talk about like obesity and stuff like that, I'm like, they haven't even done collection of data since 2018. Like, we're well over 50% obesity. And if you don't believe me, go to Walmart. Well over, right?
Walmart is my favorite. So if I travel, the first thing I do is go get groceries at Walmart because it tells you exactly the lowest case scenario of the area you're in. Like, except, I will say the Franklin, Tennessee Walmart is an upscale Walmart. It's a way different crowd than you get in the other Walmarts I visit. It's fantastic. Yeah. There's always going to be a 400 to 600 pound woman on one of the scooters. That's guaranteed. Like, she's gonna be riding dirty in that bitch. Like, every single time. The oxygen tank is usually close behind. It's fantastic to watch.
Yeah, it's wild. it's wild.
Like, I honestly think, unless it's like you can't walk, like you physically, I think that handicap people should have to park further back. If they're like handicap, so they should have like a fat handicap sticker where you have to park in the back of the lot so you get extra steps.
I would love that, but then but that Mark, that's so fat phobic. Like, that's so fat phobic.
No, I'm not fat. So I'm fat phobic for myself. I do not want to be fat. That scares the shit out of me. But I'm not afraid of fat people. I'm not afraid of them. I just think we should make fun of them a little bit because it'll help them hopefully realize that they're doing something that's going to hurt them long term. And
why would you ever be afraid of somebody? Why would you ever be afraid of somebody that you can like walk backwards and outrun?
This coddling thing just needs to stop, though, man. Like, we need to stop being like, well, if you feel comfortable in your skin, dude, your skin's stretched out. You're not comfortable. You're not comfortable at all. There's nothing. If you were to lose weight, you would have to have skin surgery. And I heard that's like, think about how painful that is. They cut your skin and stitch it back together. It sounds horrifying. I don't know if anybody in the comments has had it, but that's like nightmare fuel for me because the nerve endings on your skin, like when I do a TRT, I use an insulin pin, small, tiny pin, and I hate it. I'm like, because you feel the like nerves in your skin. I hate it. I can't imagine someone straight up chopping it. And then you have to feel the healing. Cause I know how it felt after surgery. That didn't feel good. After knee surgery, that sucked. When they cut open my knee, oh dude, you felt the stitches and no thanks.
The weird thing is too, a lot of people that get the skin removal surgery, they end up regaining weight because it actually throws them completely out of the new lifestyle habits that they built.
Oh,
right.
No.
So they lose a bunch of weight. They develop healthy lifestyle habits. They get rid of all the fat. So they got a ton of loose skin. And the lifestyle is normally based around daily movement, which helps them with their depression, which helps them with stuff like that.
Yeah.
They get the skin loss surgery. And they can't, if depending on how much they get removed, if they get a lot removed, they can't really move around. They got drainage tubes and shit like that coming out of them. You know what I mean? So they can't move around. They can't exercise. They get depressed. They start eating again. They gain weight. They see themselves regain weight, and that sends them into a tumble that causes them to regain more weight because they didn't binge eat. It's savage. Now, don't get me wrong. For a lot of people, skin removal surgery is an absolute medical necessity because, if you don't remove that big flap, you could get infected, necrotizing fasciitis. You could get all sorts of skin infections, that sort of thing.
And it's heavy. Sometimes it's like 60 pounds of skin.
Yeah, and it actually fucks with their gait, their walking gait too.
Yeah.
Oh,
man, it's just, don't get that fat. Like, once you hit a level where your skin starts getting a little, once you stop seeing your junk, I think it's time to say, maybe I should cut back a little bit. I think that because even when I was playing football and I've showed everyone my picture, even when I was 285, 290, I never had hanging fat. I was like a solid ball of fat.
Yeah.
Right. Like I was like a nice solid ball of fat, just a beautiful ball of fat. Yeah. I had a big belly, but it was almost, it wasn't that. It was just, I had this beautiful, like gift of storing fat equally. Like everything so I didn't have like a big stomach. Everything was bigger. It was great. It was I owned the fatness stage of my life.
Well, I didn't mind the fatness stage of my life, honestly, until I couldn't fucking breathe.
I was too young to not be able to breathe.
Yeah,
I
until I
was
started having a hard time with
still in my
that.
teens.
So we might as well start talking about the fucking crazy shit. Now that we've gone
So
through
much crazy shit.
I wanted to play. We played a video from him last night, but I wanted to play another video by the older millennial because I actually said something like this not too long ago. But I think it's just very poignant and something we should talk about. So hang on, whoop. Let me get him up here.
I see him. Oh, that's mine.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, there he is. Okay.
At the exact same time that our government was telling us they couldn't find the money to help the victims of the hurricane and the wildfires, they were giving $584 million to help illegal immigrants. Yeah, I showed you that list in my prior video, where over the last 2 months, the United States government, through USAID, has doled out $584 million to Lutheran Immigration and Refugee Services. Now, Lutheran Immigration and Refugee Service does exactly what it sounds like they do. But it's not even the fact that we're spending $500 million to support illegal immigrants. It's the fact that while we were able to spend that $500 million, while we just cut those fucking checks, sometimes more than one a day, for tens of millions a week, at that exact same time, telling Americans living in fucking tents in North Carolina, we couldn't find the money to help them. We were telling people in LA dealing with multiple wildfires, we couldn't find the money to help them. Like, there were American families literally freezing to death in fucking tents because our government couldn't put together the money to get them into real fucking housing. And at the same time, we were given $584 million fucking dollars to illegal immigrants, or at least to support illegal immigrants. I don't give a shit if you're a Democrat, a Republican, Libertarian. I don't fucking care what you are. If you think that's okay, you hate America. Just fucking admit it. Stop complaining on X. Stop complaining on TikTok about us looking into this money. Stop complaining about us revealing this ridiculous amount of fucking corruption. If you have a problem with this information coming to light, then you just hate America. It really is that fucking simple. At the exact same time that our government...
He couldn't be more right, dude. Holy shit. $584 million to illegal immigrants. Meanwhile, they give $750 to Americans who lose everything. Yeah. I love it. You know, I think, and keep in mind, a lot of those Americans have paid taxes for dozens of years of their lives. Yeah. You know, that's what's really wild, is that we're paying into a system that hates us. And the Democrats, it is, look, guys, there are some bad Republicans, but can we all agree that it is the Democrats right now who are fighting and clawing to keep this fucking program going? They are trying to stop Elon from doing his job. Elon's doing God's work. Anybody against what Elon is doing, I'm sorry, you can eat a fat dick. You can eat a bag of dicks. You can eat a baker's fucking dozen of dicks.
Oh shit.
How can you? That's a lot of dick. How can you be against what Elon is doing? I mean, I can't fathom it, because if the Democrats were doing this, I would be fucking standing and cheering. I don't care who does it. I don't care if it's Democrats. I don't care if a libertarian like sneaks in, because they're never winning office, sneaks in and does it. I don't care who does it. This is shit we need to know. The media, like, they should be, instead, you know, you see this on the leftist channels, this anti-Elon thing. The media should be like, this is the best news ever. This is like a story. Yeah. This is like a fucking prize-winning story. Instead, they're like, but you know, the well's going to run dry, because first they're getting rid of USAID, and then they're going to find other shit. Oh, and then RFK is going to come in and take your fucking big pharma ads, you bitches.
Yep. That's the thing. They see the hold disappearing. I really do. I think they see the hold on the narrative disappearing, and that's the fucked up shit. Because once the pharma money's gone and everything like that too, they're done. And watching people freak about this shit is wild. Hillary Clinton obviously is freaking.
I can't believe any non-elite American citizen. I cannot believe any non-elitist American citizen, meaning an American who's not in the club. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can't believe there's one. I can't believe there's one American who is against what's happening right now. I can't fathom it. I mean, this is like the shit we hope wasn't going on, but we wish that if it was going on, that someone would have the fucking the nuts to show us. We finally have it. Trump's like, you know what, Elon? You're smarter than anybody on this fucking planet. Go figure this shit out. Elon's like, yeah, I'm autistic as fuck. Let's go. And then they're finding this beautiful shit. They're finding, and beautiful meaning that they're finding this information that we would have never seen. And the fact that there are some tax-paying Americans, but then you find out that half these influencers were on the payroll too. I can't wait to see that. And they were, I mean, the Kamala campaign was paying all those little twat waffle boys. They're paying them all a ton of cash to pretend to like them on social media.
Twat waffle. I love it. It's so fucked up because you see them losing their grip, so they got to go after Elon. And I love one of the things I love is that you're watching a lot of these people talk shit on Elon, and because he's apparently got like some young fucking wizards with him, like 22-year-old fucking geniuses.
Oh,
right?
Savants. It's an autistic club.
Yeah, it's an autistic club, and like they're fucking making fun of these young kids. Like, do you realize, like, you guys are never winning another election? Like, if you win they win the next election, it's because they fucking rigged it. I mean, I swear.
I listened to Tim Pool's video on the way to Legacy today. And he had a video like the Democrats are done. Like they're done. They're flailing. They had a video of Chuck Schumer, going, he started to chant like, and nobody joined him. And this is what they have. Like they're the party of the old corrupt politicians now, which is wild. And so what do they have? They have boomer politicians and they have weird fucking people who don't know what gender they are with fucking funny colored hair and septum piercings. That's the Democrat Party, everyone. Oh, and a couple race baiting black people. Yeah,
exactly.
That's it. And an AOC, who's basically a ditz. I listened to Matt Walsh did a piece. I listened to it while showering I listened to the phone. Do you listen to a podcast when you shower? Or I do. Anyway, I have a big shower. No, I do because I don't either, but I keep it on when I'm in the bathroom. And I was listening to Walsh did one when AOC that Elon is like, he's like the dumbest billionaire I've ever seen. Okay, first of all, bitch, she used like she was like, he's like the dumbest. Okay, if you're using like that often, you're a fucking idiot. Secondly, bitch, what have you done? Like, okay, she went to a university, which, okay, that's fine. And then she became a bartender. So she didn't actually use her degree.
No.
And the only time she gets to use it is when she was recruited to run for Democrat office. You know that she's not organic. Like her entire thing, it is a complete fucking setup. Like that thing is all contrived. Like AOC isn't just like, I'm a bartender and I just want to make the world a better place. No, they were like, this bitch got it, man. She's got charisma. She can talk. She's got tits. Let's put her out there. Let's go. She could play the whole Latina thing. She's got a pretty good ass. Let's go. Let's do this. And she'll get the young vote because she's got everything. She talks like them. She talks like she's fucking retarded. She can relate to them. She's got good ass, nice tits. Let's go. And who doesn't like Latinas?
Right, exactly. Which is hilarious because like she was one of the Latinas that was trying to put the Latinx or Latinx or something like that in. Latinx.
Of course she's with a white guy.
Yeah,
he's also somehow getting money from the government.
It's just a weird thing, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I honestly. Yeah, the whole, like, what's always funny, like Kamala, AOC, they always play that race bullshit, but they're always with white dudes. You notice that?
Yeah,
like,
always, every single time.
I know it's not because of penis size. So what is it? Like, you see a white girl with a black guy, you're like, I get it. Then you see like a non-white woman with a white dude. It's like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Are you with him for his tax score? his credit rating?
Credit score. Jesus.
His fucking credit score.
Woo!
I'm like, It's like, what do you see in him? He's got an 820 FICA. You know what the fuck?
Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious.
My God, like what the fuck? By the way, I'm cold
That's
plunging before
outstanding.
every fucking podcast from now on. This is
Yeah, feeling great.
I got that dopamine going, man. I was it feels good. Oh shit, there's more. Oh, I saw
Look at this bitch. This bitch. So Secretary Sean Duffy said she apparently the demon known as Hillary Clinton spoke up about how Trump was responsible for plane crashes and stuff like that.
Because in 12 days he was just like, I'm gonna make some planes crash.
Yeah. Yeah, and a Black Hawk helicopter flying directly into a fucking airplane doesn't seem suspicious at all anyway. But
by what appears to be a angry lesbian woman.
Yeah, right. But this is U.S. Airlines has gone 16 years without a fatal crashes. Then MAGA fired the FAA chief, gutted the aviation secretary advisory committee, and threatened air traffic controllers with layoffs. Now they've had 2 fatal crashes. Hope your unvetted 22-year-olds fix this. Like, because Elon Musk, she was saying Elon Musk's people aren't qualified to do this, right? This motherfucker, I know you're lashing out because Doge is uncovering your family's obscene grifting via USAID, but I won't let you lie and distort facts. The FAA administrator announced he resigned over a month before Trump took office, and the air traffic controllers were always exempt from Trump's civil service buyouts. The previous administration shamelessly used USDOT as a slush fund for the green new scam, throwing away money and resources on wasteful environmental and social justice projects rather than updating our nation's antiquated air traffic control system and other critical infrastructures. I'm returning this department to its mission of safety by using innovative technology and transportation infrastructure. Your team had its chance and failed. We're moving forward without you because American people want us to make America's transportation system great again. And yes, we're bringing the 22-year-olds with us. I love this fucking dimension. I absolutely fucking love this dimension. I'm so in love with it.
I'll love it more when they go to jail, dude. Like right now,
yes,
it's fun seeing them get fucking dragged, like getting them fucking destroyed on social media.
Yes.
But until they go to prison, I'm happy, but there's a level of happiness that I can achieve that I have not achieved yet. It's like it's like pre-orgasm versus orgasm, right? Like I got you. I'm still there.
You're starting to shake, but it's not full. Like
little shakeage,
not like full release though.
Yeah, no. I'm not there. I can't wait for the refractory period. That's where I'm at because I know it's going to happen. I think someone's going down, man. I don't know who it is, but Trump doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. Over Israel, Trump's going to take over Israel. Trump, dude. If I'm wrong about this, I doubt it. I'm not wrong about this. Trump has even today they walked it back. The press secretary is like, look, what we mean is we're going to help rebuild that thing and make it prosperous and awesome, but we're not putting boots on the ground. They got it. We're just going to have them do it. I mean,
exactly.
Dude, he wrote a book called The Art of the Deal, which how many times are people going to overreact? Everybody. Nick Fuentes, I told you so. You shut the fuck up, you little bitch. You literally campaigned against Trump. You little rat-faced bitch.
I want
fucking rat-faced fucking Nazi bitch.
I want to make it legal to slap Nick Fuentes. Like they need to make it legal.
Can we pass that law? Look, man, I agree. I think everyone has the right to free speech. And
let him talk.
And Nick Fuentes is all about free speech. So I would literally fight and I would lose money over defending his right to free speech.
Of course.
But that also gives me the right to call him a fucking idiot and a grifter.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know what, that dude, can you tell me, after all the shit that's gone down, how the fuck does he still live in Illinois?
Well, I mean, he's a plant of some kind, I think.
No, that's the thing. Bingo. Who the fuck after all he's been through, after being fucking flight blacklisted apparently and all this stuff, who's like, let me live in the least free city where I can do where I can't defend myself. Huh. Yeah, Illinois makes no sense. If I'm Nick Fuentes, I'm living in Florida, Tennessee, Texas. I'm living in fucking New Hampshire. I'm living somewhere that's not fucking Illinois. Illinois is the worst place you can live if you like freedom. It's even probably worse than California.
It wouldn't surprise me if they found his name on the list of payments from USAID or someplace else.
You know what? The Groypers would still be like, he's our guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because there's something else. They really are. They're wild. They're wild.
My favorite was PDB. He went up against the fucking Groypers. He didn't care. Like PDB will fight anybody. I like that guy.
Yeah, me too. I like
he stands on his convictions, man. He will not back down. Yep. Like he's going head to head with the Tate brothers, which is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, it's yeah.
So did you also see that since we left the World Health Organization, several other countries are already starting to join us, that Italy, India, and Argentina are also leaving the World Health Organization?
Wow. Well, Argentina makes sense. Italy.
Yeah.
India. Well, India doesn't really care about health and hygiene anyway.
But India was the first ones that they were like, with the whole deals with Pfizer and everything like that, they were like, show me your data. And Pfizer, they refused to give it to them. So India was like, well, fuck off. And
they were handing out like ivermectin and other things and vitamin D during the pandemic, which was obviously, well, we're on YouTube, obviously a terrible choice, because we all know that the only way to full safety and no one can get it is if you get vaccinated for COVID. And that's when you're protected. Absolutely. You're protecting everyone around you.
Yes, absolutely. Because nothing says safe and effective like 9 pages of side effects.
Or 6 mice.
Yeah, I forget about the 6 mice all the fucking time.
You gotta just get that shit tattooed. Like 6. Yeah. Oh shit, 6 mice. That was my
6 mice. Fuck.
That was my favorite episode we did, because I think both you and I, because I think we were looking at the data live, and I'm like, you're like, well, there was I'm like, yeah, but it was rodent data. We're just going back and forth. This is before YouTube, and we can speak openly without proclaiming our love for Jesus and the WHO and CDC all equally. Yeah. And so I remember I'm like, dude, it was on fucking 6 mice. You're like, shut up. You're like, holy shit, it's on 6 mice. Whoa, 6 mice. So the safety data on the booster. And again, this is science. I think it was actually done on humans. I think this study incorrectly put mice instead of humans, because obviously it's safe and effective. Okay, YouTube, it's safe and effective. But so you have something that's meant to be literally you're trying to give it to all 350 million people on in the country and all 3 billion people on Earth. So you want everyone to take it. So the comprehensive study you did was on like $6 worth of pet store mice. And like rodent data is not even expensive. It's cheap.
For a population level distribution of brand new therapy. Fucking crazy.
I mean, there has to be a rule. You need at least double-digit mice, but 6. I want to know who said. Can you imagine like that meeting? So, how many mice do you think we should use? I think we should go with 20. Budget, time. How about 10? 5? That's too low. What about 6? Wait. Done. Yeah. Done. 6 mice. That's it. 6 mice.
Crazy.
But we don't even know what happened to the mice. We don't even know. Are they okay?
Yeah, we don't even know if they died or not.
Okay? Are the mice okay, guys? Because mice, seriously, their systems work exactly the same as humans.
Oh yeah, exactly. They eat the same food, the same intellect level, like same reproduction too. Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
You've never had, like, my wife had a litter of kids.
She had a litter.
She had a litter.
A litter of little marks. My God.
That would be kind of cool, man. You could spit out like an offensive line just right there.
Yeah, you could just have like a football team right off there, you know?
That would, dude, think about that. That would be awesome. Like, instead I had to, like, they're too spaced out. Like, they're in different teams. Like, if I would have had, like, quintuplets and they were all, like, dudes and jacked, like, we could literally, like, we could be the entire high school offensive line.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just like the genetics runs well. And I wonder if, like, since, like, because mice, you know, they have the instincts and they operate kind of the same. I wonder if they'd be like almost like run like a pack. Like they'd have like the instincts to, like, you know, to go with it. Like it would be interesting. And here's the fucked up thing: we're talking about this crazy shit, and I almost guarantee you there's some government in the fucking world trying this shit, like trying to get it so they can have like a litter of children that are all psychically linked together, so they can fucking be good soldiers and shit like that. Like, tell me that shit's not happening. Look around in the last 5 years and tell me that shit's not happening.
Dude, but here's the great part. The U.S. aid actually funded a study to see how fast shrimp could run on treadmills. Did you see that one?
Yes. Oh, fuck. Oh,
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you not as much as me, but I come up with some really dumb shit. Like, you know, like yesterday with the laying in bed and the onesies. But that doesn't even come close to the guy sitting there like, guys, I'm going to ask for a grant from the U.S. government to see how fast a shrimp can run on a treadmill. How much fucking weed are you smoking to come up with that idea? All right.
I want to see the actual notes. Right? Yeah. I want to see the notes. I want to see the clinical notes. Like, yeah, because I'm
going to find that study.
Like, how did you design the treadmill? Like, I want to see the study. I really do. Because I'm on it. I'm thinking that, like, this money's not really going towards what they say it's going towards. We can't ask Politico, though. We can't ask Politico, BBC, or Bloomberg because they're about to go out of motherfucking business.
Couldn't be happier.
Every single media contract from the government is being pulled out. Fuck yeah. Boom. I like it.
I can't believe it's gone this far.
Me either.
Oh, my God. I think I found the study.
Oh, yes, please.
And oh, my God, there's a fucking video.
Yes. Oh, my God. Pull that shit the fuck up.
Okay, hold on.
I want to see the mice on the treadmill.
Hold on. I gotta get it. Yeah. Right. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's really a fucking thing. I can't fucking. I found it on ChatGPT. I had to look for it. All right. I can't. Hold on. It's literally a fucking shrimp running on a treadmill.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Oh my God, this is so great.
No fucking way. Way. Hold on. Play that bitch. Play it.
They got music.
Oh my God, no fucking way.
Oh, dude.
How much money was spent on this?
I think it was like 280,000 or something, if I'm not mistaken. After seeing this, not nearly enough.
Oh my God. He's not really running, he's swimming.
Those little legs move.
It's like Rocky. He's screaming, "Yo, Adrian!"
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. I can watch this all day. He ran so fast. He's doing plyos.
This is why the people in Maui couldn't have their houses rebuilt, everybody.
I honestly think this is more important than Maui. Oh, they got slow-mo. Look at that. They slowed it down.
Oh, look at him go. Look at him go.
They literally set that shit up, bro. Like they literally had a mouse. I'm sorry. Wrong. They had a shrimp run on a treadmill.
What is the significance of that?
Alan, I'm sorry. It's like I don't even know you. How do you not see the importance of that? So the study received attention due to its perceived unusual methodology. Critics labeled it frivolous spending, but the scientific community defended the study's significance in understanding marine biology and environmental impacts. So hear me out. Oh, God. Okay, here's the actual study. It's in it's news, but where's the actual study? I actually want to see. I got to find the actual study. I'm really like, I'm really like, yeah.
So while Mark's ADHD hyperfocus has him looking for this study, I wanted to announce also that oh no, that's the wrong one. No distractions. That all but 294 out of the 14,000 fucking workers from USAID have been terminated today.
Wow.
That is a tremendous amount of people. So roughly 80% of their staff is gone because they shouldn't be in existence anymore. The only people that I hope they kept are the people that are willing to testify in court. I hope they kept those people. What's that study look like?
You know what? I'm having all I can find is a Live Science article. Live Science. I don't know which one it is, but let me pull it up here because this is what the people want to know, man. Okay,
yeah, this is the important shit.
So, scientists put shrimp on a treadmill. A sluggish, sick human is easy to spot, but it's harder to tell when a shrimp is under the weather. So one scientist put the little crustaceans on a tiny treadmill to examine how diseases impact their performance. Humans fighting infections typically sleep more and are not top physical specimen. The situation is much more critical for sick marine crustacean, such as shrimp, where a decrease in performance might mean the difference between life and death. Oh, it's fucking Oregon. Yeah, figures Pacific. The shrimp treadmill, invented and built by Sholnick, allows research to measure the activity of an exercising shrimp for a set period of time known as speed and oxygen levels. As far as I know, the first time shrimp have been exercised on a treadmill, and it's amazing to see how well they perform. Healthy shrimp ran and swam on treadmills, speeds of up to 20 meters per minute for hours with little indication of fatigue. They designed a small backpack made of duct tape to load. They put fucking weighted vests on the
fucking shrimp.
With the extra weight and lower oxygen, they were active for up to an hour. 6 shrimp, however, had reduced their performance. They also had elevated blood lactate levels. Shrimp dealing with an infection would be less active and might be limited to their ability to migrate, find food, and avoid being eaten. That study answers nothing about anything like that. They couldn't be further from you. Like, what the fuck is the point of this study? Like, what, this is a guy, this guy has a doctorate. Like, these are why you can't trust people with PhDs. This is the shit they do. This guy's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking measure lactic acid. So that's what costs the money, right? Measuring the lactate, designing and building the treadmill.
I love how they're worried about this shrimp, but I can guarantee you the way that they got the lactate out was they smashed the shrimp and fucking then made him into a specimen. Like, thanks, buddy. Smash.
Yeah, they made that guy into shrimp and lobster, bro. Like they were like, F this guy. I mean,
that is fucking silly.
That is awesome. Dude, if I'm going to waste, that's at least, like, if you're going to waste money on something,
yes,
make it shrimp on a treadmill.
Yes, make it shrimp on a fucking treadmill. Because
what I can't believe is how some people said it was a waste of money.
Oh, I mean, we learned so much. I mean, we learned that even if you have a PhD, you're stupid as fuck. Like that's what we learned.
I just
How much did that study cost?
I just said 47 million or something.
Get the fuck out of here. Was it $47 fucking million?
I'm gonna have to look that up. I'll get you
Shrimp on treadmill study cost. Thought shrimp on treadmill paid with taxpayer money. $3 million fucking dollars.
Okay, that's better than my 47. Yeah, it was
Still, it's $3 million fucking dollars
in taxpayer funding. But the actual cost of the shrimp treadmill itself was only $47. The $3 million referred to a broad range of marine biology research grants that funded various studies.
Oh, it makes me laugh and it upsets me so bad at the same time. $3 million for a $47 underwater shrimp treadmill and some fucking shrimp, and then the test for the lactate. I'm sorry. How does that still equate to $3 million motherfucking dollars?
Well, so their shrimp treadmill study was a small part of a much larger scientific initiative aimed at understanding how bacterial infections affect shrimp metabolism, which has implications for marine biology and the seafood industry.
Not everything needs studied, I swear. Not like we don't even understand our own shit yet. Like let's fully study methylene blue and shit like that first before we fucking study whether shrimp fucking have.
I'm interested in methylene blue. I can't figure out the dosing and application. I've read so much about it that I'm confused.
Yeah, that's my thing too. I had AI pull together an article for me today, and I was gonna send it to you or populate it, and then I was like, I'm back and forth on this. I hear it's fucking amazing for all sorts of shit, but it's a dye, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to fucking
Well, it's
what if I'm one like that 1 in a million person? What if I'm that 1 in a million person and the color goes to my skin and I look like a Smurf?
What's wild is it's not approved as a dietary supplement, yet Amazon, who's very stringent, is selling it. I got to look into that. Like, what is, what is it considered? I have no idea.
I'm wondering how that's going to change for people like you and me, and then everything like that. Like how the supplement industry is going to change in the next year or two.
Yeah.
I really think that it's going to get to the point where we're actually going to be able to start presenting supplements as alternatives, as long as they've been studied in humans. Like I sent you a little thing earlier about just the studies based on Holy Trinity. Just AI quick look shows that we should. It's could be in competition with semaglutide. And that makes me happy. But I also knew it already. But I'm wondering how it's going to be, because at some point in time, most data. I got to put mine up. Most data is going to get fucking redone or at least relooked at, because I agree with this. Wait till Doge and Elon Musk start digging into all of the HHS and NIH grants, because
oh my God,
everybody needs to grasp, that while military budgets and military spending and all this backwater stuff and everything like that for through U.S. aid and the State Department and all like that, wait till you see how much money is spent by the healthcare side of our government.
Oh, that's gonna be the biggest nut, bro. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. When do they go through CMS? CMS is basically the Medicare billing portion. It's gonna be fucking insane. Like the amount of money that just gets doled out is fucking gonna be crazy. So
people
I'm wondering
how
this
lose their minds, and Democrats are going to lose their minds because they wanted Medicare for all. Bernie Sanders, can I say it tonight too? He's the biggest piece of shit.
He's a big piece of shit.
God, I hate that guy. But you know what's wild is, you remember what happened when the government seized land in Hawaii, in Maui, because people whatever. Gavin Newsom is from Alex Jones. Gavin Newsom announces properties affected by wildfires will be seized by California Democrats and used for climate change inclusive, affordable, low-income housing.
Shut the fuck up.
The beginning of this video kind of explains it all. I listened to a little of it here. I'll play it.
Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, is going to block the homeowners and the property owners from rebuilding their homes. They're going to rezone the area. The government's going to move in and claim domain, and they're going to build low-income housing units by the thousands for illegal immigrants and the homeless. And so they're going to have thousands of people in a block radius where there used to be maybe 10 families because it's too dangerous because of climate change, even though the wildfires were started by arsonists and bad policies.
That pretty much is the gist of the video. So
that's fucking wild.
Democrats like it. You know what? California burn. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I still have stuff in California, but what can I do other than sit here and fucking rant at 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday? Like, there's nothing more I can do. I am powerless. I am but one man. And they like it. They vote for it. They keep voting for it. What do you want me to do? Like, what do you want? What do I do? It's like, well, don't you feel bad for them? No. Well, there's so many conservatives there. I'm like, I was there too. You know what I did? I moved.
Left. I fucking left.
I mean, it's like if you're on a boat and it is sinking and there's a lifeboat right over there. Okay, I'm referring to California is the boat, and there's 49 lifeboats. Okay, well, let's say 25 that aren't left shitholes. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna go down with the ship. Like, there has to be, like, I respect people who stay in California. I understand the economy's great. I understand the OC is still awesome, but dude, there's gonna come a time when you're just like, man, I gotta go. When are you gonna pull that trigger, right? Like, what has to happen for you to pull that trigger, for you to actually jump off the island, for you to get off that boat?
Well, I don't know, but maybe we might want to wait for this young lady to possibly take office, because this woman is literally in front of a bunch of California officials talking about them because in California they're talking about how they're going to resist Tom Hamlin or Hamlin, whatever his name is, Hamlin.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah.
I think 2025 is going to be pretty exciting because when you guys say F you to the federal government, they're going to say F you too. Because you guys think that you don't like what we do, but you're going to have a sore awakening when the federal government comes after you for aiding and abetting, and they're going to be like, you get a jail cell, 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 you get a jail cell. Probably all of you guys too. So it's going to be actually really exciting. And I bet you guys are terrified, but you're going to continue to go down this same path of, with your UN agenda. It's going to be great to see it all unfold and unravel and be flushed down the toilet like the pure water you want us to drink. It's good. It's going to be fantastic because Tom Homan is going to come after you. And then my gavel broke.
Okay, I have an official crush on her.
I fucking love it, man.
She gives me that kind of like that kind of trashy Ozark type vibe. I like her a lot. Like that is a woman I want at every gathering. I want her at my Super Bowl party. I want her everywhere. I want her everywhere I am, just so she can say shit like that and not give a fuck. If I had a vagina, that is how I would act.
Oh my God, yeah, and she probably stops at the wine bar on the way to the bar, like she pre-games, like she pre-games at the wine bar on the way to the bar. Yeah,
I love her. I haven't seen that yet. I love that woman so much. Like she's just straight up. She's like, hey, you're going to jail. You're getting to jail. So she had the little gavel, and then it broke.
What do you think? What do you think is going to happen with California? Like, for real, what do you think is going to happen with all this? Because here's my thing. Just like we were talking, the Democrats are dead. Like, the Democratic Party is dead.
California's going to be fine. I mean, it's just going to keep Californiaing. I think they might have a shift. I really do. I think See, the thing is, they didn't kick ass this election. They didn't. They won by slim margins compared to what they usually win by. And I think a lot of people, I think a lot of things are happening. Number one, you start blocking the freeway, man, you're going to make a lot of enemies. A lot of people drive to work. A lot of people pissed off.
Yep.
So those people are like, all right, I ain't having this illegal immigrant shit. So that's that. The fires, I think, woke a lot of people up. It's hard to say because a lot of these people are so elite and arrogant and just pieces of shit but that's not the large majority. So California, you have Orange County, which is basically Tennessee, right? Orange County is amazing. You got San Diego, which is kind of a mix. You got some conservative areas, some non-conservative. You got LA County. Now, LA County is a very interesting mix. You have your elites, but then you have your low information voters. So the problem is it's not the base people in Orange County. It's not the hardworking people across state. Certainly not the military people at Camp Pendleton, right? It's not those people. Yeah. The problem with California are the two, is the low information voters and the elites. And unfortunately, the elites, there's not that many of them, but there's a lot of low information voters. So the problem is, like, what do you do with that? Like, that's the question. So the question is colleges, right? So let's say colleges manage to get unwoke, and you're seeing that happen a lot. So what happens when this next generation, the high school seniors, who, by the way, are 75% conservative on the male side, what happens when those dudes go to college in California and they're like, hey, you need to be woke here. And they're like, fuck you, suck my dick. No, not going to be woke. Not going to be woke. Fuck you, MAGA. What happens when those motherfuckers start going to college in California? I think, and that's just one angle, but I think a lot of people I think you're going to see, I don't think you're going to see a flip. Like, it's not going to go from like, what was it? Like 40s. It was like, it wasn't crazy. Like 45, 55, Kamala. It wasn't nuts. Yeah. What happens? It's not going to go like 45, 55 to 55, 45, right? We're not going to see that. But I think over time, if the Democrats keep doing dumb shit, I think these kids, because a lot of these kids, they're going to go to college where they get in and they want to go. They're not going to be like, well, I'm conservative, so I'm not going. No, I got into UCLA. I'm going to UCLA. Oh, I got into this school. Maybe it's an athlete. Maybe it's what. But what happens when the male thought leaders, the athletes, the alphas, the high school seniors now, the high school juniors now, what happens when they go to these colleges and they're like, no, fuck you? And how are we to say that these high schools are woke? I guarantee you that the athletes in California, because remember, there's a lot of migration to Tennessee from California. So we meet a lot of people move here from California. So we meet a lot of these athlete parents from California. And let me just say, they are based. Yeah. There are based people. California is not done. And California, all it would take is a couple years of good management, and that thing's kicking ass again. It is the land of milk and honey once again. But right now, it's the elites and the low IQ voters, the low information voters. That's the problem. Everything in between, awesome. Dude, you've been there, dude. You know, like Orange County. Yeah. I could live in Orange County right now and not be mad. I could be fine. I could be completely fine. Send my kid to a Catholic school, keep him with the priests. Because that's, if I was in California, my kids would be in a Catholic school, 100%. But it's just, that's it. I think California is definitely.
That's the way to go to Pennsylvania too, by the way.
Yeah. And New York is the same way. New York, I mean, Trump, I mean, dude, they almost had a Republican governor. Like Zeldin almost won. Like, he was very close to winning.
Well, Trump, I believe, will make it. Will kind of somehow. I believe that the Republicans, hopefully, with all this bullshit, and please listen, if you happen to be just like a secret congressperson that watches this in secret and doesn't want to admit it to nobody because you're afraid of what they'll say, but you motherfuckers got to pass voter ID nationally for federal elections. Let the state, if the states want to let fucking any Tom, Dick, and Harry fucking vote, that's fine. But I can't understand how they get to decide what happens on a federal election, because that means that California is deciding that illegal aliens get to vote in my election too, and I don't fucking like that. But if they do voter ID, it's over. I really believe that it's over.
That is something I didn't even think about, Alan.
Yeah.
I think California would have probably I think New York would have definitely gone Trump. I think California would have been it would have been a little pubic hair away from being Trump. Yeah. That's how close it was. Here's the thing. I go to California often. The nights I'm not on this show, I'm usually in California. And let me tell you, dude, California is not woke anymore, dude. It's just not.
No.
The people you would expect to be Democrat are not. They're not. They've lost that. They've lost the non-white voter. They've lost it. They've lost even amongst Latinos. Latinos don't want illegals because they're like, fuck you, man. Wait in line. We did.
Yeah. Do you think
I talk to these people like it's like,
well, one of the reasons why I think they're losing people is stuff like this.
This bitch.
And that bitch. Both those bitches.
I want to say what was really lovely about what you just said is just to remind people we built a government to work for all of us.
Yes.
Elizabeth Warren is talking to her like one brown woman to another.
Just all better off if, in fact, the bird flu gets under control and that our eggs won't kill us. We are all better off. We're better off. We make these investments in infrastructure. We make these investments in our payment systems so people don't get cheated. That's how we keep the economy going. And look, bless everybody who gets out there and makes a fortune. Bless everybody who gets up every day and goes to work. But understand the underpinnings of all that are something we all invested in. And now we've got Donald Trump and his co-president, Elon Musk, and they're just running a wrecking ball through it. And it's not like it's an abstract problem. It is really and truly the kid who needs an aide to be able to sit in class so that they can get an education, taking that aide away.
What does that even mean?
It's such
It's
ridiculous
a false equivalency.
Yeah, it's word salad babble.
That makes no fucking no, it's not like a fucking aid. It's not like that at all. That's who they got. A white woman pretending to be Pocahontas. That's the best they got. But on the best note, because we went really hard on this before. This was one of the topics we really covered. This is from Riley Gaines. And it's a fascinating topic because I can't believe the Democrats gave the Republicans this alley-oop, this layup. I think I may post this photo once a week for the next 4 years to remind the Democrats what a leader who fights for women's rights looks like. Trump went and he got every female athlete in the country, apparently, stand around his desk to sign this bill into. What a fucking visual.
Yes.
What a visual.
That
like
is fucking amazing.
It almost makes me kind of teary-eyed, man, because those girls have dreams, and those dreams could be squashed, and they could be They could have a male predator come into the bathroom, or something much less drastic. I'm not going to make an equivalency of the two, as losing a college scholarship for sports or a spot on a team because some dude, like everybody, we talk about that stupid bitch from fucking San Jose State, the dude pretending to be a woman. You realize that there was a woman sitting on the bench because of that dude. Right. The sixth man, as we call him in basketball. So, I mean, this is wonderful. And I'm very proud to see that common sense is prevailing. And here's Trump's statement on the matter. Just getting into this as a girl dad. Exciting news due to my executive order, which I proudly signed yesterday. NCAA has officially changed their policy allowing men and women's sports. It is now banned. This is a great day for women and girls across our country. Men should have never been allowed to compete against women in the first place, but I am proud to be the president to save women's sports. We expect the Olympics Committee to use the common sense and implement this policy, which is very popular among the American people and the entire world. Bravo. Amen. And Democrats, the worst fucking chess move you could have made. You're supposed to be a party of women's rights. You're supposed to be a party of women. You're supposed to be part of feminism and women. Yep. Women, you stupid fucking bitches. The fact that you didn't speak up against this and you let little girls get hurt in the process, I have no respect for you. I never will. You cannot regain that. You had your moment. You had your moment to speak up as women. You are no longer a feminist. You are pro-male. You are you are pro-patriarchy. You are anti-woman. You are anti-women's equality. Anybody who stood for this male, biological male and female sports, hey, fuck you. Yep. From the bottom of my heart, fuck you, fuck your family, fuck your children, fuck everyone you've ever talked to. Fuck you. You are a piece of shit. You are a spineless, heartless piece of shit. And I hope history reminds us how much of a spineless, cowardly piece of shit you were for not talking out about this. I was called a fucking transphobe, and I'm not. I'm not afraid of transgender people. They don't scare me. I could have a dude in a wig come up to me now. I'm going to be like, oh, I'm scared. I'm not scared. I don't think people understand what phobia fucking is. I don't have a phobia. I'm not like arachnophobia exists. Like I don't have arachnophobia. I don't like spiders, right? Agoraphobia. You're afraid of leaving your house. That fucking exists. Okay. Yes. If I was agoraphobic and I left my house, I'd be like, fuck, I'm out of my house. That fucking sucks. I'm having a breakdown. When I see a transgender person, I'm not like, oh, a transgender person. I'm fucking scared. No, I'm like, why is that dude wearing a fucking wig? That's not an abnormal response. I do not have anything against anybody. I do not care. I'm all for men being women and dressing up as women. Just stay the fuck out of women's shit.
Exactly. I will point out this though. If I can look at you and you're wearing lipstick and makeup and everything like that, and you still look like a man, you're not that much of you haven't transitioned enough yet.
You're not transgendering well.
You're not transgendering well. Like I mean, like that's the thing. Like Nicole looks like a female. Like Nicole Powers looks like a female, and she's competing against males in cross country skiing and shit and golf because she's a male. You know, like, and she's like, she stepped up. Like 2 weeks ago, because I follow her on TikTok, she stepped up. She was like, I haven't swung a golf club in a while because I'm training for cross-country skiing, but I just wanted to show everybody this. And she smashes a golf ball like 40 fucking yards farther than any woman on the PGA can fucking smash one. She was like, and that is not practicing. She was like, that's the difference of advantage, you know?
Yeah, like Janae Kroc, the former bodybuilder powerlifter, like, yeah, cool. I was like, good for you. I'm not mad. Like I've had conversations with this individual, and I'm not going to go and, you know, it's still, so for me, it's a bit tough to not dead name because Matt Kroc is a fucking monster. Like I remember reading, I remember he was in the magazines when I was working in the magazines, and I remember being like, this is the strongest motherfucker I've ever seen. Next thing you know, he has tits, and I'm like, oh. So, I mean, that's fine, but I respect his decision to live how he wants to live. That doesn't bother me, but I also don't want him wrestling my daughter.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, that's a fucking huge goddamn change. Jesus fucking Christ. I just looked it up.
Oh, Janae?
Wow. The Matt Kroc. Well,
I wasn't going to dead name her.
Oh, Janae, then I'm fine, especially because it looks like Janae could fucking kill me. But
well, I mean, she whatever, still kept training hard. So I mean, the muscle's still there. Yeah,
that's fucking scary, right there.
Do you want to share it? Do you want to share it? I'm sure people don't know who we're talking about, and then we'll sign off for the weekend. On that note, looking at my friend Matt, Janae, whatever. That's not her.
That's Matt Kroc, right?
Yeah. Hey, he makes a good-looking woman.
You know, I'm not mad at him. Her, Matt, Janae, sorry.
I'm so fucking. We're gonna cancel ourselves. We can't get canceled anymore. But
no. Here's my thing. But it's always. I've always said this, man. Like, and I truly mean this because I have nothing against. I've had transgender clients. I got nothing against it. I don't like. I do. When people try to pretend like it's not a mental illness, like it's not like there's not an actual there's an actual diagnosis of being transsexual. Like there's an actual diagnosis for it. Like Blair White has been diagnosed with being a transsexual, right? But I couldn't call Blair he if I tried. I don't think because
it's so weird, right?
Yeah, because she looks like a girl. You know, like she.
Yeah.
It is. She's transitioned to appear as a woman,
but I never knew Blair as anything but a appearing woman, right? Like I knew Janae as a fucking 260-pound dude on steroids, right? So
right.
For me, it's just my mind doesn't work well enough to figure that one out, right? Like,
right.
It's just I'm like, oh shit, and I'll get confused, and I don't know what word to say. Yeah, well, Blair's clearly presents as a female.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the transition work's been done. I always say that. And it's not being misgendered, and I really mean this because I worry that like a lot of transgender people are feeling some kind of way right now because Trump has basically made it like law that like there's men and women and blah blah blah. I think you're feeling some kind of way, but I don't think people ever really wanted to be mean to any of you. Like I think that you tried to force the hand of some shit too far. And it got in the way for people like Blair and Bucky. Like Bucky looks like a dude. I hope to interview him sometime soon. He looks like a guy. I would never be able to call him a she, even though he's a biological female, because he looks like a man. You know, and that to me, that's how it should be. Like I'm not going to misgender you. I just call you what you fucking look like. You know, like I mean, like that's. Yeah.
If I looked like a chick, right? Like, and there was one instance
I'd be calling you sweet tits, you know, all the time. Like that would be my little pet name for you on the podcast. It's just sweet tits.
But I'm always like respectful. Like my daughter played on a team, and there was a girl who presented boyish. She had a boy's haircut, very lean, but at that age they're not developed, right? And I'm like, I had to ask. I'm like, Cammie, is that like a? She's like, no. She's just tomboyish. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And yeah, she was a girl. I was genuinely curious. I was like, I didn't yell out of the stands like tranny. I didn't do that. I was like, Cammie, like, is that? She's like, no, she's very sweet. She's just, she just likes, she likes having her hair cut short. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, awesome. Parents were cool. I mean, everything's fine. So, I mean, people just present as they present, and I don't think anybody wants to offend anybody. It's just, it got to the point where if you didn't like get on your knees and pray to the Lord of transgenderdom, you were like, I just simply like, I want to just stay out of women's sports, stay out of women's bathrooms. Yep. We're good to go.
Yep, I completely agree.
So this is going to be a great. Tomorrow's gonna be a banger, I'm sure. Friday's when they usually let shit out and it gets buried for the weekend. It's news reports they don't want to stay. So, so there's Friday, and then who knows what's going to happen this weekend. It appears that Elon Musk doesn't sleep, so I'm sure he'll.
Well, he probably is a cyborg. So.
Yeah. He's crazy. But anyway, guys, we appreciate you guys watching. This has been a fantastic weekend, fantastic week of Evening Rants. I think it's probably our highest aggregate views ever, and we appreciate you guys watching. And one more, that's a favor I want to ask everybody. It hasn't been working. No one's doing it. Go to youtube.com/@eveningrants. It's @eveningrants on YouTube, and subscribe. Even if you don't watch it on YouTube, we're trying to get our subscriptions up because our views crush it everywhere but YouTube. And for YouTube to start showing us some love, we need to start showing some subscriptions. So if you guys could please just do that favor for us, it'd be much appreciated.
Yes, absolutely. And just so everybody understands, if something crazy does happen, one of us may pop on at any given time just to cover a quick news story in case something nutty comes on. But Well, if not, we will see you all Monday, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Are you currently taking LMNT for your electrolytes? That's great. Electrolytes are very important, especially for athletes. The problem is I think they took it a little too far. 1,000 milligrams of sodium per packet. That's great if you're an endurance athlete running in high temperatures, 100 plus. But if you're not perspiring that much, if you're not doing that much activity, if you're simply exercising, well, normally, it's a lot. You're looking at intake, you take a few packets, 10,000 milligrams of sodium a day. So what I like to do is I like to flavor all my water with electrolytes because electrolytes are vitally important and vitally important for you to intake. Now, what do? I take Ambrosia Hydroglyph. So Ambrosia Hydroglyph, available in stick packs as well as bags. Now, it's beyond sodium, potassium, magnesium. It has other things that'll help your body keep muscle and perform better. It has the essential amino acids. It has your branched chain amino acids. It has velocitol, which doubles the power of those amino acids. It even has my HMB. So if you're really training hard, it staves off muscle loss. If you're looking for something well beyond the current electrolyte you're taking, something that won't overdo it, but give you everything needed to perform at your best and be as healthy as possible, Ambrosia Hydroglyph is your choice.